Where my mom's at. Raising kids, cleaning shit.
A lot of you have been tagging me and tweeting about the new smash hit movie on Netflix, trending top 10 in the United States. He's All That, with my favorite actor from Cobra Kai. I forget his name. Can we look up his name? This cutie tootie, fresh and fruity. This little boy was in Cobra Kai, and he plays the strong, silent type in Cobra Kai. He's got one expression on his face the whole time. Tanner Buchanan. If that isn't 12-year-old girl masturbation material, name like Tanner, Tucker, Connor, Ricky, these are all heartthrob. There he is. Tanner Buchanan is not his real name. No way. His real name is like Fred Dershowitz Lipsky, right? And then his show business name. Look at him.
Yeah, you think this is a J?
I don't know.
We don't look like that, bro.
God, he's so cute. So Tanner Buchanan, heartthrob from Cobra Kai, is in the remake of He's All That. Now, if you've seen the original, She's All That, get it? It's from the 90s. It's when the other heartthrob, Freddie Prinze Jr., was the lead character, and he's like the jock. And it's a great typical high school thing where like, I dare you to turn the nerd girl into the homecoming queen. And like, of course, the nerd girl she just wears glasses, but she's like smoking hot. And all they have to do is take off her glasses. And she's got like a bod and everything. It's not like the nerd girl is 400 pounds and is in band and has acne. Like she's fucking hot. Have you seen the movie?
I hate to admit it, but I saw She's All That, and then about a week or two ago, I saw He's All That.
No!
So I have seen, and there wasn't even a good reason for it. It wasn't like I was hanging out with a lady, and she was like, oh, let's watch it. I was just like, oh, this kid. Oh, they remade this movie? All right, let's give it a go. And then...
Yeah, I'm in. I was in. Okay, so...
It was the dumbest shit.
It's the dumbest. Okay, and here's why. Like, first of all, She's All That's the dumbest too. Let's be honest. They're both stupid.
It took this remake for me to realize how dumb the original was.
It's garbage.
Because then I finally identified with like the she was already hot. You just like took her glasses off. This Tanner Buchanan kid, he was already gorgeous. You just gave him a fucking haircut.
Smoke show, and they totally put a lot of Easter eggs for us Gen X moms because every shirt he wears is a band I love. So really? They were just pandering to all the moms watching this shit that grew up in the 90s that are like, oh, I love Black Flag, or I love The Clash, or, the whole time I'm like, oh yeah, this guy was my boyfriend in high school. I fucking love this. But here's what I noticed. Okay, both movies being horribly equal, which they are horrible. Let's be real. They're entertaining as shit.
This is ugly Tanner Buchanan.
Yeah. Ugh, what a dog. Woof. Look at him. Those disgusting blue eyes, that perfect body. Ugh. Yeah. And then what a dog. Yeah, there he is. He's got one expression. There's that. And then there's one where he still can't close his mouth. And then it's like he looks down. He looks up and then he looks down. There he is. And there he is in his suit. And that's at the F. Scott Fitzgerald party, which, by the way, nobody fucking has. I love how rich are these kids? Jeez.
Yeah, right? Oh, yeah, that was a theme in the movie. That was how the what's her name? The TikTok girl was able to relate to him. Just like, no, don't you see? I'm poor, so I get what it's like to be as ugly as you.
Yeah, because back in the 80s and the 90s, the teen movies were about class. It was all about the rich versus the poor, and the nerds versus the geeks. So that's a timeless theme. But the nerds versus the jocks, not the nerds versus the geeks. That doesn't make sense. So there's that parallel. Oh, what I did notice is, like, first of all, shameless product placement, and He's All That. It was literally every 5 seconds somebody had a bag of Doritos perfectly, taking the chips out. And then at one point, this girl goes, they're at the karaoke party or whatever, and she goes, but I have to stay for my free Pizza Hut. Like, who calls it Pizza Hut? You don't go, I can't wait to eat my round table. You don't. You just go, like, I want pizza, So the product placement was just littered throughout this one. And if you'll notice too, so what really struck me in this is how sad it was that everything was about social media. It made me feel sad. And then secondly, how made up the girls are. Like you look at older teen movies and those girls looked like teenagers. Like I watched Can't Buy Me Love this last weekend.
Is that the Nick Cannon movie?
No.
Oh, I'm thinking of Love Don't Cost a Thing.
Okay. That's the urban remake. They used to do that. They would do like versions. So the girl in that one she's just like a blonde cutie tootie, but she looks like a teenager. She's dead, by the way, of drugs. Amanda Person or whatever her name is. She was like the hot girl everybody wanted to be. But look, she looks like she's 16. And the girl in He's All That, like she's made look, she's made up like a regular teenage girl. You're like, oh, there's a sweet little girl. But you Google He's All That and look at the girl in that one, and you're like, dude, you're made up like a fucking hooker. Like every frame, she's like tits out. It's like full face of makeup, full barrel curls in the hair. You're like, who is are kids really dressing like this? I mean, she's so perfect. It's like, how do you live up to that? But the one thing is she wasn't that thin, which was kind of nice. She was regular because everybody was much skinnier back in the day.
Oh, you're being genuine.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, she was chunkier. She was a little husky. I was like, kind of thick for a lead girl, but you know.
Well, she's also like the #1 TikToker.
She is in real life?
Yeah. Tom met her at the UFC event when he went to go see the fights.
Oh, this is the girl? Oh, how funny. Yeah, there was also a cameo or whatever, a role with a Kardashian. Do you remember that? She was hey, babe. Yeah, she's on her show. Hey, babe, I saw that you went viral. That doesn't work for me. I was like, wow, zero emotion. And it was you guys couldn't buy an acting coach, Kardashian?
It was the funniest. I think that was the hardest I belly laughed during the entire movie. Because, like, I think the girl's character in He's All That got broken up with on video on live TikTok or something. And everyone focused on her snot bubbles. And then the Kardashian is just like, yo, that snot bubble, way too big. Yeah. We got to drop you.
Yeah.
And it's like this chick's in fucking high school. Like, how devastating is this? He's the poor girl.
I know. And I also noticed too that the characters were very bland. So in older movies, people had personalities. You know, there's like the bitch who's really a bitch. There's just like gradations of just personality. And I think what's happened now is the kids are just everybody's so afraid to have a personality because they're going to get judged so harshly for it. Your comments will be negative and you're going to be called out for being this and that. It's like, I feel bad for them because there's no personality. All these fucking characters were exactly the same. Like, hey, I saw that you're interested in dating Tina. Yeah, it's really cool. She's really nice. That's so great. Good for you. You go, girl. And you're like, what the fuck is this? Nobody has a fucking point of view. Nobody has a personality. You know, I remember I watched Can't Buy Me Love. Literally in the first few scenes, you see like, what's up, nerd? You look like a fucking cut to like the next thing. Like, what's up, bros? I got a fart. Like everybody had a personality and everyone was doing something interesting, even if they weren't politically correct or, you know, the guy's a jerk. Court McCowan, the great Court McCowan, who's a comedian, is in Can't Buy Me Love. He's the douchebag jock. You know, and those characters were so wrong and horrible, but so funny and rich. And like, that's the world. That's what the world is made out of. Different people, different douchebags. So it was interesting. I as a fan of teen movies, I've seen them all. I love them all. I'm very sad about how sanitized that movie was. Now, let's go to Kissing Booth 3, which I also got to watch. But of course there's Kissing Booth 1, 2, and now 3, where she has to decide if she's going to Harvard or Stanford. I think it's 2.
Wait, so she's been doing a kissing booth for 3 full movies, or is that the theme?
It's just the first kissing booth. The first theme was about the kissing booth, but it was the kissing booth that led to her relationship with the stud. And now it's like they're going to go to college, and Kissing Booth 3, what's going to happen? Is she going to go to the East Coast with her boyfriend or the West Coast with her best friend? So she has to choose between her best friend and her boyfriend. Now, what I do love about the Kissing Booth franchise is that there are 3 things: sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Boom, which is a real teenage movie. They have personalities. They make mistakes. They fight. They screw. I mean, at one point in Kissing Booth 3, I was just shocked. She goes, like, she and her boyfriend just get horny talking by the pool, and they excuse themselves in front of their friends. That's a scene. They're like, excuse us, we got to go fuck, basically. And I was like, what? Rad. Like, I never had the audacity when I was hanging out with my friends. I wanted to excuse my boyfriend so that we could do that, but we never did. And just like, I love that. She's like, excuse us, we're going to go bang. I'm like,
a bit of an understatement. Dude. This is the fucking booth, dude.
Hell yeah,
dude. Banging in that thing. Oh, and this is the kid from Euphoria, right?
Yeah. He's like the transphobe, I think. Right.
Like the
You're such a fucking pussy. Yeah. He's in love with the trans girl in that movie. Show.
Man, wait, was there as much fucking in the first one as there was in the third one?
Yeah. Man. Well, no, because Kissing Booth 1, they're just starting to become sexually active.
They're just kisses.
So it's just Frenching. And then, Frenching and like feeling up. And then Kissing Booth 2, she does it. She goes
Electric
full throttle.
Boogaloo. Yeah.
Yeah. And then by Kissing Booth 3, she's a full hoe. Like she's
Kissing Booth 3 is anal and shit.
Anal Booth 3. It's so rad. Yeah, I really am. I'm a huge fan of Kissing. See, this is a little more realistic. Kids are banging. You know, I don't know what the big deal is. If you're banging other minors, it's all normal. It's all good. Just use protection. Yeah, look at that. He's kind of dopey looking. He looks a little downsy. He's got little eyes a little far apart. The little forehead's a bit, yeah. The forehead's a little low, you know. The eyes are doing something. He's okay. He's still cute. He's got those long Michael Phelps arms too. He's a swimmer. He's no Tanner Buchanan.
Sure. Yeah. I'd agree with that.
Who do you think's hotter, Noah, him, or that's his name, I think, Noah, or Tanner Buchanan?
I don't know. You know what? I gotta say Tanner, because you're right. I don't know what it is. It's because he looks dumb with his mouth open, but something about his teeth being too big for like the inside of his mouth is something about that is just so magnetic.
Magnetic, big teeth. Plus, I think Tanner, I mean, both he and Noah are the strong, silent type, which is what is alluring to women, you know. But I like the dark horse. I never liked the jocks. So
the strong, silent type, is that because it's mysterious and women like mystery?
Yeah, we don't want you to talk so much. Like, shut the fuck up. You know, I think this whole movement of like men sharing their feelings is vile. I don't want to know them. I don't want to hear your feelings. I barely want to know mine. So it's sexually magnetic. You don't want a man crying on you. Feelings. You want to fuck? No, I don't. You've cried on me. You're not my girlfriend.
Just look hot and make sure you don't dry up my pussy.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. I like Tom's feelings, but in moderation. You know what I mean?
Where my mom's at? Where my mom's wearing thongs, hitting bongs at? Raising kids, cleaning shits, need a long nap. Where my mom's at?
Where My Mom's At podcast with Christina P.